Hi everybody, my name's Paul Murphy and I've got a passion for hats. So today I've just had this box delivered and I'm led to believe it's another hat. So let's open it up and see what's inside. I've got a couple of hats on order at the moment, so I'm not absolutely certain which one this is. So always be careful how you're opening it because of the scissors and the damaging of what's inside. Okay. Always interests me how people pack hats. I get some people message me and say they can't find a box big enough. And let's look at that. Okay. Well, here we go. Ah, right. Okay. So this is an interesting one. This is a Borsalino, and it's one that I've picked up, and well, you can see there, but it's a bit damaged on the brim here. Now that's moth damage, so I'm going to have to see how I can actually, or if I can do anything with that, rubbing it down and what have you. But anyway, we'll have a look and see what we can do to restore this one. So this hat is a Borsalino. As we know, it's a very nice quality hat, but it's been, well, it's been stored, and unfortunately, a few of the moths have had a go at the brim there. So I'm gonna have to try and sort that out at some stage or another. But it's a quality superior. It's a let's have a look at the lining here. It's a size 57, and there is the small label inside, which you can see there. See what we can glean off of that. Yeah, the color code and a size code and another code, which I'll have to look up to find the age of the hat. So first of all, what I'm going to do is go through and give it a clean up and give it a bit of shape, and we'll see what happens with the hat. So first of all, we're going to rip off some of this tape, and we're going to get some of the dust and the grime off first of all with the tape. So let's see what happens there. So here we're just patting it over on the hat itself. Have a look on the brim, and as you can see, this has got a wind cord, which is always very nice to see in a high-end, high-quality hat. It's designed so that if the hat is worn, the wind cord can be untangled, put into the buttonhole of your jacket, and if there is indeed a drop of wind, then the hat will be saved by the cord. So I'll get a bit more of this. I say I've never actually used one, but I've got them on various hats that I own, and it's just a style thing as much as anything these days, I think. Right. Now let's do underneath first, because I think what I'm going to do is put it on the block. Very, very soft felt, these Borsalinos, so they're quite difficult to get any force behind unless you can support the felt with your fingers. So I'm going to put it on the block here, and let's see. There we are. And let's see if we can put a bit more force on the tape as it removes the dust from the crown here. There we go. So yeah, we can see it's making a difference already. There's a lot coming off onto the tape here. So let's just get rid of that tape and get the brush out. I'm going to start with a stiff brush. As I've said before, this is a softer side to this heavier side. Let's try the softer side first of all. And we're brushing in a counterclockwise direction. Okay. Okay, and then let's see if we can take it off the block there. So, oh, it's not coming off. It's a tight fit because it's a 57 block. There we go. So there is a process that you can deal with moth holes, and it's called felting. So I'm going to have to get some felting material and see if I can actually felt into the material here and make a difference. So let's put a. There we go. Oh, if you've not seen below one of these blocks, they have 3 holes in there and a little stand. So they're interchangeable with the different sizes of blocks. So you put it on the top there, and now I've got something to push down on. So I'm going to put a bit of steam on there and let's see what happens. So first of all, I'm going to sort of wipe that over a bit. Let's find a clean part of the cloth. Not a lot happening there, but let's see if we can get a bit more steam in that then. Right, okay, so let's really steam this baby. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're taking out any of the sort of shapy bits that were in there to start off with. Now, at this stage, what I sometimes do is put some sandpaper on it, just to give it a little bit of a rub over and get the colour off. So let's see if we can get some sandpaper. Now I've got a very, very fine 1500 sandpaper here, which is just really going to, I don't know whether you can see it on the screen there, but I'm actually getting some fluff coming off on the hat, which will in fact take a lot of the dirty fur and everything off, and give this a better finish on it. There we go. Let's see if we can do that to the brim. There we are. So bear in mind, this is just a 1500 very, very small grain sandpaper. And I buy it in these round bits because it's a lot easier to get, but also it's a nice easy shape to be able to use on the hats. There you go. So let's give that another brush round. I'll get rid of all of the fluffy bits that are on there at the moment. Then let's see if we can do under the hat. Ooh, there we go. And give the brim a bit of a going over. There we are. You can see the fluff coming off there. It's just going to give it a chance to take off that top dirty level and freshen it up. There we are. So let's brush it off. Now that's freshened it up a lot. Yeah. So let's give it a. So this one, I might have to put some stiffener, just a very small amount of stiffener on it, just to give it a bit of freshness as much as anything, you know. But oh look, it's trying to go back into shape already. So that's coming up really quite nicely. Let's give the hat band a bit of a going over now. So we've got some leather cleaner in here, diluted down, and a clean cloth here. So let's just get a clean area on the cloth. And I usually put it onto the cloth and then wipe it around inside on the leather. And it takes a few times, but and I do it very slowly, so that it will take a little while to release basically the body fluids that have come onto the hat band there. You can see, but there is a little bit of discoloration here, so that's the dirt coming off, which is all fine. So let's put a bit of steam in here. Well, it'll just give us a bit of extra oomph on the leather there. So wiping it off. Oh, don't want the label to come off. There we are. Okay, so now there we are. Let's put some shape back into this old girl, shall we? I've got no idea what the shape was originally in this hat, but it looks to want to go into a teardrop shape. So a bit like that. So let's have a look and see whether that will in fact work. So there's the teardrop gone in, and so I can get this off. I can see what the. Okay, so see if we can put a bit of shape into it like that. Yeah, that's a bit better. And pinching around the back here, and then we'll push it up in the middle, which I will put on the block later, but for right now, it's sufficient to give it a bit of shape. And at the back here, you can see it's just needing a little bit of sorting out on the shape. There we go. Now let's have a look at this brim. Right. Get a bit of steam around the brim and come to the back here and see, first of all, can we get it into a shape that's going to resemble some sort of natural shape. You can just see it's just coming back into shape now, and looking a lot better than it did. At the back here is a great shape. So as the steam dries out, so does the stiffness come back into the hat there, and it's not looking too bad at all now. A nice little shape at the front going on there, and a nice crown on the top. And I'm just going to see if we've got the snap in the brim. Yeah, look at that. Look at that baby come back. That's nice, isn't it? And the wind. There we are. Lovely. And I don't know if you can see there's the little Borsalino name on the side here. And so I'm very pleased as to how that's come back into shape. The lining is in very nice condition, as is the sweatband that's in there, and it doesn't look as though it's been worn that much, to be fair. It's probably one of those that's been stored, and unfortunately it's been bitten by the moths. This one was actually purchased from JJ Hat Center in New York, where Kevin, the guy that's got hats and guitars, on YouTube and on Facebook, really good site to follow. He used to work there, so he possibly sold this hat originally. So fantastic. So let's give it one last sort of brush round. You can't brush it enough. These things really love to be brushed and fettled. And like I say, the unfortunate thing is the moth holes in this one, which the felting may well improve it, and I'll certainly have a look at doing that at some stage. But right now we're there. Let's have a look and see if it measures up to a 57. So these are the sort of antique measuring tools that I've got, and you pop it inside the band and use it in a scissor action. Let's get inside that band. And here we go. And then squeeze the scissor together. And at the moment, that's saying just under 7 in. Yeah, between 6 and 7/8 and 7. So I need to check that to see what that is, because I think that's around the 56 mark, and which would be right, because Borsalino are normally a size smaller than the actual size. So yeah, so another nice hat, and come back into shape nicely. It just needs a little bit more love and attention on the little bites here. But what I would say is that when you're wearing it, you're not really going to see it. So this could be quite a nice hat at a very low price for somebody. If they're interested in wearing a Borsalino, it's a good entry-level hat. If you've got a passion for hats, keep watching the channel. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye.